Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, everyone.
Hi there.
Hello.
Okay, wow, a lot of things that this call is doing.
I guess this calling is technically to be layout related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, which yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have like any new thing that we're gonna take a look at. I'm gonna wait for Christina to drive this.
Yeah, we can wait for Christina, but basically, I think a layout should be a little bit on hold for now,
Mhm.
because we are going to go to the mocap shoot. You are working on the edit, and so I think it makes sense for us to go back to layout after we do the mocap shoot.
Yes.
Mm.
So
I just want to. Oh, go ahead.
no, go.
Oh, I was just gonna say I just want to go over the edit and just see if there's any shots that you would like to be like if there's any like shots that need to be populated, or anything that you'd like anyone to help you with on getting the most recent layout push for GBK. But other than that, like he said, it's not necessarily the highest priorities just because things are still changing with the writing and with mocap.
Sorry. uh, Christina, I'll let you. What is the state that we are right now on layout?
I can fill you in before we go there. Can I just take a moment to welcome Marion?
Yes, Marion. Marion. Are you from France?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
I am from France, but I've been living in the UK for 11 years, so also a bit British now. And yeah, I do layout at GBK, and I'm excited to join the project sometime soon. But yeah, not immediately, as I understand it, but still thought would be a good time to say hello.
So as Guy said, and Christina, just let me know if I'm way off and wrong. I was having a conversation. Oh, Maria's here. Hi, Maria. I was having a conversation with Guy just before this meeting. I think edit wise, I'm still working on some edits. My main concern is about like all Lavina's lines to make the Lavina line, because we're gonna have to record her voice, and after we record her voice with her face and stuff, our facial, there's no way back, right? So, or it's gonna be extremely hard to like change it after. So my main concern is like Lavina's lines, and I think once we get to GBK, a lot of what we are having issues on the edit also gonna be addressed over there. I think, like time wise and stuff like that. Like, and once that is done, I think I'm gonna be more detail oriented on how to make the cut, which right now it has some fat there. Is just because like I'm not focused on that right now. But overall, the comment that I got from a lot of people is that we're having too much lines overall on the shot. Like we have too much like talking, and that is something that I'm still working to cut it off. Um, Now going back to Rebecca, does that answer your question, or you still?
That does work, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that with the mocap, I think that would definitely help.
And by the way, I had a meeting today with Joanna. I'm gonna try to bring Joanna. Joanna, for those who don't know, Joanna is one of our writers. I'm gonna try to bring Joanna there because as we are recording, if there is a line or something that it just doesn't sound right, on the fly we can just try something else really quick. So I'm trying to bring Joanna as well. I'm gonna ask to include her in the list for GBK, and I'm getting a fly for her to go there. But yeah, I'm meeting the actors over the weekend. We're gonna go over. They're gonna finally see the edit. They haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go over some of the concerns that we have, talking about stuff. I think for the Demon Pope, a lot of what Brendan is gonna be doing is kind of like the physical part of it. The voice and the acting and the lines and stuff, because he's using a mask, we can record like later. Same with Uni, because it's a radio, he's talking, I'm not concerned. My main focus is like getting Lavina right, like everything that we need to get from her lines we should get sooner than later. After all that I just said, I'm gonna take a step back really quick. Does anybody have any concerns, still, or any? I know, Rebecca, we're meeting tonight at 6, right? 6 p.m.
Yes, 6 p.m.
Yeah, we can meet again. We can talk about like some of the things that we need to go over the weekend. I'm not only meeting the actress and actor, but I'm also working on the GBK shoot schedule thing to like fill out all that stuff. But again, my main concern about the edit right now is that if I shrink too much or edit too much, I might be wasting time, because a lot of stuff from the GBK might solve a lot of our issues.
Yeah, I think you, if you went to set with the edit you have, I think you're fine. So I would say for the layout team, anything we're doing now is because we enjoy developing, but it shouldn't bring us stress to you, Delcio, to accommodate us. Like we should accommodate you in what you need right now.
Okay.
And then also, like, I think it's wonderful to go to set and make it better. Like if, for example, like we were talking about, that the drone is too bulky to be held, and on set you're like, no, she should be defending it. That's awesome, because that's better for animation. And
Yep.
then, so everybody on the layout team right now should just be like water, kill your darlings. Anything you do now, if it gets thrown out later, like that's okay. And so if you want to do something from now until the first mocap edit version is put out, then yeah, we could keep doing it. We could keep trying to match the edit, or we could give Delcio whatever he needs. But it's because like we're enjoying it and we're trying to push it as close to like drag and drop later as we can, but knowing that it could totally change, and that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. And I think Marion, Marion,
Don't worry. Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Okay. You can say my name wrong, okay, as much as you want. Okay. Delcion. You coming into place GBK, meaning that you have like experience with GBK. It's really when like what I'm expecting, and you guys just correct if I'm wrong. When I'm expecting is like we're gonna be at GBK with the camera, and as soon as we finish with the shooting and stuff, I can get some of those images that is generated like on the fly, right? And I can use that to start right away working on the edit, right?
Well, I mean, in terms of like to bring it into Maya, like that's a process.
Okay.
That takes a bit of time. So you'll be able to edit based on the images that will be captured during the shoot. But like if you want to start exploring in 3D and like change the camera angles or like stuff like that, you'll have to wait a bit until we gather the mocap into Maya.
But what I understand is that first I get kind of like a video or video of like what we shot that I can edit, and then like the parts that I want, then we process that and we get that. Okay.
That's correct. You basically exactly like you do a selection, and those select. That's what, like, we place an order, and that's what the mocap team will like process. And
But
then
that's the
once,
final solve data, Marian. So we get the live solve right away.
yeah, we do. You're right. Like, but they only provide the live solve on the take that you will select. So you will call out the take A. That's going to be the takes that you like, and then someone on set will take notes of which it is, and then the mocap team will only sort of process those ones. And but you're right, Christina. Like, the actual selects will come later, once you've had a chance to work on the cut, basically, with the editor.
Okay. Sounds good.
So right away, you'll get the movie files of the A takes and any other takes you've specifically marked on set. And then you'll make your mocap edit that you saw for spoken. And after you do version 1, that's when the layout team can start again. Version 1 is enough. And then when you have your final mocap edit, that's when in Cutbox you can order, or you can order in Cutbox as soon as you know all the takes you want. So you don't have to know like exact, but you have to give like a buffer. So then in Cutbox, you'll order the takes you want to be final solved. And then you'll get the final solved edit. So the live solve mocap, they'll only send us the A takes, maybe the B takes, and like whatever else you flag to send us.
Okay.
And even though they say it's like straight from set, if the live solve, they actually do process it a little bit. So that won't be like as instantaneous as the movie files. Those will come a little later.
That's fine.
Guy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. So the video we get from GBK, it's not from the handheld camera at all, right? It's only
It
the
is.
reference cameras. Is it from the handheld also?
It's all for, and I think they call it the VCS. So the VCS, that's always the one that's handheld. That's the one I'll hold. And they mark it as a certain like file folder, so you always know, like, you catch all your VCSs from there. So like Delcio, you could look like, oh, that's always Mario. Do you remember which one it is? Is it A? You remember what they call it?
For the VCS, it's camera E.
E. Okay. So
Yeah.
then you'll always look in the E folder to make your edit.
Yeah, but we're basically going to be able to do an edit with the actual recording video of the mocap stage, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So
And you
then,
get the reference cameras in case you need it from a different angle.
yeah, okay. So that's what you're gonna get straight away, Delcio. You're gonna get the handheld cameras, like actual video, and you're gonna get some basic cameras they have set up on the stage, and you can cut in between all these cameras and make a new edit. And then after that, we're gonna get a live solve, which is like a basic mocap data, and that's gonna take a while. I think is what Christina and Marion were saying. And that's going to take a while because they have to get that data from GBK and then put it into the Maya scenes.
Yeah, I understand. It's like my main concern is like if we can get like the movie files as fast as we can to just start working on the
Yeah.
edit. But yeah, if we get that, we'll be fine. Even if it's just like not the specific angle of the camera, at least having the character doing what it actually is doing, that's perfect. So,
Yeah, that's exactly how we do it, how they normally do at GBK. So you assemble an edit, and normally they even put the animatic in the corner, and you can see both of them at the same time. Yeah, I mean, you can see you're gonna make it, you and the editors. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody like what is your concern, Rebecca?
Why do you think I always have concerns?
It's your job to have concerns.
I guess one big question for me is like the process of layout after motion capture, because we're using just making sure I have this right. We're using the VCS footage to move forward with layout. Am I getting that correct?
Yeah.
And then, do we have a specific timeline on how long it will take to get the mocap data yet, or not yet? It just depends on after the shoot?
The live solve?
Yes.
Yeah. They're gonna process it, so I know like at least a week.
Oh, okay.
But we can ask David Grice when he thinks it. And I think I saw it on the calendar for not the week of the shoot that they were going to do that. So I have to check.
Okay.
Because on the GBK calendar, I saw David assigned to it, but it wasn't like immediately. So we should find out. We can ask Axel. Oh, we have a meeting with him Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can ask him when they expect to have it. But that doesn't stop Del Cio. And I think like what we sort of can do in the meantime, because I saw Maria, you're putting out these beautiful storyboards and art direction pieces. I think we could just like go into shots that we already have. Like for example, there's a lab one where it's up in the reactor looking down. So I'll just like pick that shot out and start moving it to those angles. And again, it's like, and if it changes later, then it changes later. But like, we won't be sitting here doing nothing. We could keep sort of setting it up to like potentially drag and drop back in the mocap.
Okay. Yeah. Again, as I said, I'm really feeling comfortable. Other than the lines from Lavina that we need to just like go through right now, I'm really feeling comfortable about like going to shoot. I feel like prepared enough that we can. My main question though is on the GBK, you guys that have more experience, you, Guy, Marion, Christina, once you guys get there, for your experience, the amount of like footage that we have to like on the cut right now that we have to shoot, is it possible where we're cutting close? Like meaning
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I think you're gonna have to keep a pace.
okay.
I think you're gonna have to keep a pace, and it's like I think Axel mentioned that in the previous meeting. I think we're gonna have to put the shots that we really need to shoot first, and then if we have leftover time, then we do the other shots. You know, shots that are unreplaceable in keyframe animation. Let's put it like that.
Okay. I probably need your help, Guy.
Yeah. And Christina also probably help with that too.
Okay. So if you guys identify like, no, that shot definitely is higher on the list. Like I'm gonna do what I think, but later on, if you guys identify like, no, that should definitely go up on the list, then you let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught from Axel that he said like I think it was Thursday morning till lunch would be anything that's on wires with the stunts.
Okay. Thursday. Wait, Thursday morning?
Oh, sorry, Wednesday morning. Our last shoot day in the morning.
Okay, because Thursday I'm supposed to go to the airport.
Right.
Like what? Okay.
So our last shoot day in the morning, we do everything. There is action, cables, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then on the afternoon, I guess we do any leftover shots we might have.
Stunts with Neela that don't have wires.
Wires, yeah.
Like the corridor, her sliding, jumping from the balcony, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So maybe we should definitely sit down and get all those shots listed.
Yes. Okay.
Do you want to do that today, or do you like in that other meeting, or can we do it next week?
Wait, what?
We should sit down and do that.
Well, I'm going to do some of that this weekend. If you guys want to meet on Sunday at some point.
Okay. I think it would be nice for us to sit down and just go one by one with you. We just sit and be like, this one is going to be on Monday. This one is the wires, you know?
Okay.
Don't Don't you agree, Christina?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done this before for GBK, so we can do it for sure.
I have another question. Regarding like retargeting, do you know the timeline on that?
So that's going to be for final solve. So as soon as
For its
you,
final, okay. Just want to make sure that was the same thing.
yeah. So and I think they might do like a very rough one for the live solve. I have to check. They don't call it live solve, right, Marion? What do they call it? Andrew has a word for what they do.
I mean, I don't know the specific word, but they do a sort of a basic cleanup. So it's not like purely raw like data that you receive as live solve. Like it's gone through a little bit of processing, like a bit of cleanup. But yeah, and they do the proper one with like particular attention to contacts and things like that, and like head and direction and neck. That's for the final solve.
So as soon as you order it on Cutbox, they'll start that. And like
Gotcha. Okay.
as long as you order like a bigger range, a little bit bigger, like a couple seconds, then it doesn't matter if you're going to change the cut by 10 frames or 20 frames. Like that's okay. And you could even put in the order like for mostly what you know. And then we can ask Axel on Monday if it's like okay if later on we figure out, oh, we need a B take, if it's like one or two things, if they're okay with that, just so you don't feel like you have to like delay it so much until you have a final edit.
But let me ask you just one thing. Sorry. For the retarget, we're gonna need the final model, right?
No, because it's not in a limbic cache that comes back. It's just the joints.
Oh,
So you'll get the joints with the correct animation on it, and then that's what I need Josh for. We're talking about, me and Josh, that we're gonna sync up, and so like those joints will get constrained to like our control rig.
Okay.
And our Sage FBX rigs, and then that'll put the animation onto us. So like it's not about it's only about the joints. The
Okay.
joints and the animation.
Okay, sounds good. Because just so Rebecca and everybody knows, I talked to Josh. I think my plan is we go to GBK. When we come back on the 13th of April, that's when the contest ends. We're gonna pick all the stuff that we need to pick, and then we start fully in production, like full-on production, meaning we need to start working on all the assets, finalize the asset of Lavina. The reason why I push Lavina first is because Lavina is in pretty much the entire show, right? So we need to push Lavina hard. The drone is in certain shots. The Demon Pope is in certain shots, but Lavina. So technically speaking, we can push hard on shots that Lavina is it's only Lavina, right? That we don't see the drone or anything like that. But yeah, so the idea is to push hard on assets from April to June. So yeah, by June, July, we start actually like having shots done. Okay.
The only thing is that we're working in sequences, so we can't split out our sequence files until we have the final solve data in.
Okay.
So if we get the final solve data in July, like we can't put it in before June. So like animators can't start working on it until we split the sequence files into individual shots.
That's fine. Well, all I'm saying is that by the time we get all the solves and stuff, we should have the models already done.
Oh,
Like-
okay, the models, yeah.
Okay. Like, and when I say done, is like look dev and all like pretty much so animation can work in it, and immediately we can start putting on shots, lighting, and get it done.
I have to ask Josh about this because GBK has something called a split tool. And what it does is it takes these sequences and it saves them out into individual shot files. but it's actually taken us like a very long time to develop. So I don't think we're going to be able to develop it for this, but maybe Josh can because he's brilliant. But if not, then what the layout team will have to do is like manually split that out. So that just means that like we would save it out as its own file and then say like move frame 10,000 to 1001 and then delete everything else and save it for an animator.
Okay, that sounds like something that is very easily scriptable.
I hope so.
Okay. But yeah, we'll get there. Like let's focus on GBK for now. I'm just kind of like going ahead of what we're gonna do in a little bit, and I can see that Rebecca's starting to get stressed. So let's focus on the things like right away in our front.
Yeah. Do you want me to shift to looking at some stuff then?
Sure, Rebecca. I just want to make sure, Rebecca, you all good?
Yes, I am all good. I do have to step out now, but I appreciate this recap and just this touch point. So
I'll see you at 6, right?
yep, 6.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.
Yeah, so you now have, but no pressure to put it in, but you have the real drone in every shot. Whee! So every shot has it, and you have for surveillance, Dan has started making the shots look more like what's in the edit. So some of these that are wider, and who else? Where is apartment? And you have some things from earlier that you might want, like the arm coming off. And there's one where somewhere in here where she passes the room. So I know Rebecca had here. Now she passes the room.
Okay.
So Rebecca had asked in the channel if we could help give you things to fill out the edit that you might need, but it doesn't seem like you need that, and you have so much else to worry about.
Yeah, the main thing is, do we have any updates on the ending of the movie? That's the part that I felt it was the last part that I put together, and I think we need to work a little bit in the end, like especially when her final blow at him and stuff like that. Was there any extra work done on the end?
Yeah, so I have some notes here for Soda on like really, and she said she's going to do them this weekend. So like really selling that, like for example here, I wrote like to sell that he's running away and like to show her in the corner, and then like to divide this into 2 and show like a close up of the feet freezing.
Okay.
And then like to change some of these shots like into like a more dynamic pose.
Yes.
And like this one is the same as the one in the start of part D. So like to show him instead. So these are just like a lot of tightening up notes. And then I had some for Guy as well, which like this, and I saw that you also got notes in the edit about this shot, so that was in line in the edit review you had with Taryn and Julia, that they also commented on this shot. So I said to change this shot to her looking at the room, so you see the whole room for the inside, and then this shot to pull back and show the balcony, so that you could, and then have the camera move kind of being like it's a person, like more handheld, so that you feel like, first of all, you get an idea of that you're in a penthouse, so you can understand the space, but also that you understand that he's looking at her and he's about to come in.
Yeah. One of the comments that it's really growing me is, I think it was Guy who said that maybe she doesn't need to go up the stairs, that she can stay in the balcony. And if we extend a little bit the balcony, that would work.
So the last part, where is that?
Yeah, I agree with this because it doesn't do anything. We spend like 20 seconds or something like that of her going up just to do the epic shot.
Yeah.
While the balcony is already epic enough, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but then do you want to just go from here and then cut to
Yes.
the side view and this one?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
then I'll move this one to the balcony and this one I'll put on the balcony and just do it from the side view, the way Maria drew.
Yep.
Okay, so then we cut out this and we cut out this.
Also, I would like to talk to Maria since you're here. Hello, Maria.
Yeah, can you hear me?
For the final shot, because we have a shot on my edit, I put the shot that she's like it's more close up of her face. I really would like to end the movie with her being seen from below.
From below.
Yeah, so if the camera can you send me the link of that? Oh, I'm actually here. Am I sync with you? Yes, I'm syncing with you. Let me actually go back to this one. Oh wait, are you seeing what I'm seeing or no?
I see that.
Yeah, okay. Am I moving?
Yeah, now you have it. Mhm.
Review.
Okay. So in the end here, we have this one. So the I wish, I don't know if it's the ending shot or if you think about her being kind of like seen from below, if the camera is like below here, like down, like looking, sorry, I'm terrible at drawing, so there's like here and you have a camera below. Does that make sense?
So camera from below, so and up. Well, I understood. Okay.
Okay, it's like okay.
Yes, I understood, and also you.
That will. Oh, it's cutting. Sorry.
Talked before.
Yeah, am I the one who's cutting or?
No, I think it's Maria.
Oh, it's Maria.
Okay. Okay. Right now.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Before you talked about making the last scene more epic when she comes up to the balcony, and well, when I
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't talk much on the color script last days, but when I did sketches different, and as this is kind of a sunset, we can kind of play with the let's say direction, or not exactly direction, like when she comes up from the elevator, she can be on one side of the building where it is dark and just then go on another side where there is sunrise and play on this in this way. So,
Yeah.
not sure how to tell it in words.
The main reason I'm saying this is because the beginning of the show, she's gonna be in the beginning. She's seen from above. So if the camera is above, right?
You mean this? Yeah, I understand.
In the beginning, she's above. Like the camera is like looking down on her, and in the end of the show, I would like the camera to be looking up towards her.
Yeah, this makes sense. Yes. The play on this.
So would that be the second to last shot, and then the last shot is looking out at the city?
Yeah, it could be, yes.
Mm.
But yeah, but other than yeah, this shot is very 2D like. This shot, I'm glad that you mentioned something because it's like this shot is not working.
Yeah, I think Soda actually did this, like a lot of this part very quickly. So we have a
I
lot of notes on this section.
Yeah, I agree with you, Delcio. There is something in the scene that needs to be different.
Mhm.
It's a build up. It's a build up to this moment, and it
Mhm.
loses strength.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Um,
but I think she did this on Sunday in a rush when she had
Yeah.
like
no,
other
yeah,
events to
yeah,
go to. So we could
But this
definitely
is
push it out.
something. This is something that I feel that once we get to GBK, we will have to think about it, because one thing that I don't quite enjoy as well is her being cornered. I want on this part her to fight back almost like as equals. Um and the fact that she is getting cornered in the end here, um
yeah. I thought about the same in that specific shot. The crawling back. It doesn't show that she is empowered now, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. I think it's just changing. I don't think so much is about the. I think that she's crawling back makes her feel even more corner. I think if she's if she gets up quickly or something like that, I think it might change the mood of that shot.
Yeah, I mean she could get up like chest out and like really like put it on like in his face very close.
And for the lab, I actually like the idea of her not getting the drone anymore. Of her just like maybe just stepping in front of the drone to try to defend the drone instead of trying to grab it. Um,
Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And then you could really like throw her around better, and she could be flailing around better if she doesn't have to hold it.
yes. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, but like go back to what you were showing me, because like I think there's new takes with the how I go back to how I see the. Sorry, I'm terrible at seeing sketch. How I go back to the ones that you're showing that has the new drone on it.
Oh, they're on a different list. So they're in this one I just keep updating with the latest. So if GBK looks, they're always seeing the latest here.
Oh, okay.
But it's in the different parts. So I put another note on keys, I think. Yeah, keys. Hey, that's not here. Sorry, I put notes in the layout list.
I
This one.
deleted your notes. I was like, you have no power here, and I deleted your notes.
Nice. No, but here, this shot is very similar to this shot. Like they're too close. You're behind his hand and you're close on his hand, and then you're just a little bit wider. So I think we have to figure out a way, like you could put a shot in between where you're showing his reaction and like him sort of towering and him coming at her. And then you can cut back to this one that's similar if you really like this angle.
That's a
But
good idea. That's a
yeah,
good idea.
did you read the notes, Keith?
Yeah, and another thing I was going to say is to use his powers to be kind of teleporting, right? So it would be nice if we use that on that scene as well.
The what? Say that again. No, so sorry.
Because he teleports, right? He moves really fast from place to place. Maybe we should like somehow use that on that point
Okay.
on the movie.
Yeah, he could like leave the foreground and pop up behind her.
Hmm.
Yeah, I tried to use that in some of the shots. Like she appears in the camera. I think it's cool shots when he just appears in the camera. I think it looks
Mhm.
shows speed without we actually like seeing him full body and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Easier.
I think that's the idea. Like because he teleports, we can really use that to like move him around the room. It doesn't need to be kind of like consistent. You know what I mean? Because he can disappear from one place and appear in the other one.
Is this something that you would want before we go to set?
No, I think once we get into set, that's why I honestly would like, and I need to talk to them on Monday. I would love if the stunt double could show up on the Monday, the pre-shoot, so we can actually kind of like rehearsal some of the fights.
Yeah, we could see if she's free. I mean, you would probably have to pay her though.
That's fine.
Okay, but then we just ask Axel on Monday to see if she's free to be booked.
Because I would love if, like, even if it's half a day for us to like try something. Because I think, honestly speaking, I think this is gonna look much cooler once we get her input on like the fighting moves and stuff like that.
Do you want to call with her before? Like, should we
Sure.
try to get that this week?
It would be a good idea actually to show her what we are doing so she can prepare in advance. Yes.
She's really bold too. She has a lot of good ideas. And it's like she knows her body so well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
would
but
be
then we can ask Axel.
Yeah, it's actually on team with the project if she wants to come up with her own scenes. I think it's quite nice opportunity for her to be free to
Yes.
know, like, to give us some fighting scenes.
Yes. 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 Okay.
But it actually, sorry, Christina, before you go, it's actually would be nice to send maybe the mirror board to them, because it has some backstory on the characters, and it would be nice for both the actresses and the stunts from Neela to watch and see like
Yep.
how the character is personality wise and their motivations are.
Yeah.
If you want
For the actors, I'm already doing this. The only person really that I haven't spoke yet, it was Mila, and it would be nice to have a conversation with her just to explain the project. Sounds good, Trevino. Thanks for showing up.
Marion watched it for the first time today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fresh eyes.
And how she felt? Is she still around?
Yeah, I'm still around. Hi.
Yeah.
I was I was a bit confused at first because I mean, you did mention there was a lot of audio, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I felt like it wasn't always clear what was being said. But also, like, I was kind of like trying to be. I understand that there is like this is an image to talk about something else, something like, you know, but still, I was very much like kind of trying to understand what was going on exactly. I was like, okay, so we have this young woman or girl like waking up in an alley. There are people around and everyone is on the floor. Like, what's going on? Is this like, are we in a post-apocalyptic world? Is this like substance abuse in like, you know, in like a nowadays city? Like, you know, like I was kind of trying to understand like what's happening there. And then, okay, so she has this drone and they're friends, like, and we see this guy who's like at a control room. Is that the person driving the drone, or is the drone like thinking on its own? Is the drone like, you know, like has a brain of its own basically, and is a personality of its own, and the person at the person with all the screens is somebody completely different. So I wasn't clear. Just so you know, I've watched it only once.
Okay.
This is just like fresh out of watching it, like
Yeah, I guess
the things that were going through my head. And I know that since like a lot has been updated since this edit, so some of my questions perhaps are already answered. But yeah, like I was very, very attached to like kind of like, yeah, like where am I? Who
Mhm.
is this person, this girl I'm following, and what's at stake here? At the end, like the unicorn thing, like she turns into a unicorn. I was like, okay, like, but how is she sort of taking over this demon exactly? Like, I'm not too sure of like how it came to this, like the build up, like the why and the how. It was kind of unclear to me. So, yeah, please don't don't be mad.
No, it's good. My main question for you is, when you watched, did you want to watch more? Do you feel compelled to like learn more about it? Like,
Um, I mean, yes, it made me curious for sure. Like, I guess especially at the end where basically it does feel like she won, and then it turns out that she didn't. But yeah, it's like it would be. I think I would be even more curious if I had an idea of where I am. Like
Okay.
exactly. Like I would be even more curious to know where I'm going if I
Okay.
have an idea of where I am. You know, like. But yeah, no, like it's just based on a single watch of a work in progress previs that is not completely up to date, like to the latest that you have already. Like I was, yeah, like kind of like not clear on like how much of it is magic, how much of it is technology, like things like that. But like it's interesting, like in terms of the environment, like where we sort of like how we travel. But yeah, I wasn't sure like of the why in a way, like why do we need that scene to end up where it is? What exactly like is this trinity that is being mentioned at some point? Like, so I guess like there is the horn at one end, the girl is one thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I wasn't too sure. I understood exactly what I
Uh,
saw.
Question for
That's
you,
me being no
because
filter, entirely honest with you here.
one of the things that we actually are like talking about, and I got a lot of feedback for, is
Mhm.
that there is a lot of like exposition, and
Mhm.
it's very short period of time to have that much exposition. Do you think if we take out some of those lines and stuff and leave more like ambiguous, do you think it's better than us trying to explain, or do you think that we actually should explain more?
Well, I mean, I was curious to understand more than I got. So if you're giving me even less, like maybe in a way it will cancel out some questions I had. I don't know. So I would say I'm not sure because I'm not sure exactly like of the what type of sort of environment you're trying to create and how important it is to the story. Like, so if you were to tell me like exactly like what type of society are we describing here, like, and how important is it to the character here and to their development through this story, like maybe I could answer then, you
Okay.
know, but right now I don't know. I can't tell you to cut it all out because maybe I'm cutting the essence of 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 it altogether, maybe an essence that I just didn't get, but that perhaps we would once, you know, the placeholder characters are replaced, once the environment are sort of built, that may answer like lots of my questions, like,
And
yeah, we are in a futuristic town, or no, the town is destroyed, you know, like.
yeah, and just to explain as well, it
Mhm.
it's by design, I think, at least like it always has been by design, that we want people to feel more. So the idea is that this short is a little hint of what would be kind of like a 8-episode series of 20 minutes.
Okay.
So the idea is to actually, like, right now we're just seeing through the eyes of Lavina a
Mhm.
section of this entire thing. So, and what I'm debating, to be honest, like the first cut that I did, it has like more than 10 minutes, and
Mhm.
I've been trying to cut as much as I could. But regardless, what you said, even that you don't know, it actually helped me a lot to make some decisions.
Okay.
It was really funny when I was trying to answer the questions Marion had after, like, we had a call to like talk about her coming on the project, and she's like, okay, and she jumped right into the story, which I thought was interesting. But some of the stuff I thought she hit the nail on the head, because like the questions were the right questions. Like, so what happened to her? Are we cutting into the story? She's laying in the alley, and I was like, exactly. This is episodic, and we are cutting into the story. And then the other thing, I don't know if it's the guy in the surveillance room or the drone. And I was like, exactly. Like, you're not supposed to know if it's the guy in the. That's sort of the thing. Is, can you trust the drone? Can you trust that voice, or is it that guy? So some of it I thought was pretty spot on in not knowing, like you shouldn't know.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're right. Like in some ways, like my reaction is exactly what was intended. So that's great. But since I don't know exactly, like it's basically like I wanted to kind of read the script to check like if I understood things right or not. That's all. Because like I was like, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding because I'm looking at a draft. Like. Because so much is work in progress. So maybe I'm not getting this right. But you're right, like in some cases, like just me reading the script or having someone explain the story to me, I'll be like, oh, okay. So it makes sense. You're right. That I don't know exactly what's happening here. And
Yeah.
that's okay. Actually, that's the goal.
Yeah. And more I'm starting to like, I think Guy wanted to say something. Go ahead, Guy.
I forgot.
You forgot what you were going to say? Great.
I forgot what I was going. Oh no, I remember. Did you understood in the end that the last shot actually explains that is not the drone, that is not the on the computers, that is not the drone, is the evil guy? Did you understand that part?
Yeah, I did, but it still like felt a bit confusing in the sense that at some point, we are with that guy. He's fighting against the hero. So so it made me like kind of think, okay, this is strange. Like this can't happen simultaneously. Tough word, at the same time.
He was actually he was trying to ping her. He was trying to find her and control. Instead of controlling the drone, he was controlling the demon pope. But
maybe we need to add. Maybe if we add some like sort of surveillance, more FOV shots from like, let's say the 404s, and then we cut it into the guy on the computer, and we build it up. We show more and more as we get more and more of those shots next to each other.
Yeah, what we show also on the monitors when he's seeing also can tell a lot. And the other thing I was going to say is that actually my instinct says now that we need to take away some of the exposition that they were saying on the lines and rely more on the world building and the environment and stuff, like really trying to tell the story as well in a visual way, I think. More because like the problem, Marion, that I think we are facing, that we created like a huge world building, like on the story. If you read the script, it's 30 pages script. It describes a lot of the story. It has a lot of like things and stuff. but to convey that into a 8-minute short, and I'm even like always trying to make it even shorter, because the shorter we get, the more efficient we're gonna be making. That is the challenge, is to like how to tell this whole story. Very
Just so you know, like, please don't take, you know, everything I said, you know, like to your heart, because again, I've only watched it once, and I'm maybe somebody, like, I'm sure other people watching it would have gotten certain things I didn't, like things like that. So like, don't feel like
and
we
again,
need to fix it for me. You know?
I am fan of everybody feedback. I don't take it personal. Like, don't worry, I don't take it personal. And again, it's a process.
Yeah.
We will continue to improve and improve and improve.
Absolutely.
Honestly speaking, I think where we are right now, it's not perfect, but it could be way worse. Like, we could be like way off track right now, which I don't think we are. Like, everything that I'm seeing so far, it needs work. It has camera work. It needs like storytelling work. It has like a lot of elements, but I'm very comfortable that we're gonna get there with what we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm just reading what Maria posted, and wrote something.
Let me.
And so, about the fact that there is a deep story, a huge story behind, and it's, yeah, I guess it is tricky to show this and tell the context.
So the shots, make posters of the wall, design alleys, and when she jumps at posters of the building, showing that the society will happen, like ads. And yeah, there's also like a little, like, there are certain things that I feel when you look at the edit, you don't get it. For example, I don't know if you know that, but the unicorn, I don't know if anybody explained this to you, but the unicorn is going to be kind of like a 2D animated thing that is constantly changing.
Christina mentioned that earlier to me. Yeah.
And again, there is like several little hints of stuff that, like, I can imagine now we're going to be doing some. For example, that's something that I didn't talk to Christina, but in the beginning, the alley, she's running right now, and I kind of would like her to not be running, but maybe just jogging, so it saves the running for when she is in an apartment. There's like little subtleties that I think we're gonna do once we get to GBK.
To get a bit of a build up.
Yeah.
So some more searching and like looking around, jogging. There was one other thing that Dan and I were talking about, because earlier on when we did this surveillance sequence, the way the script was written, and so the way I framed it originally, was that you wouldn't see the face or the mask, so that you didn't know right away that it was the demon pope, that you like found out that, like, once things really, like about here, you find out that it's the demon pope. So even though the wider shots are cooler in the beginning, when Marianne started asking me today, like, who was it, the surveillance guy or the drone, and I was like, oh, you're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
By showing the horns right away, you're sort of giving it away too early.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're supposed to show just kind of like the shoulders and from the back and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe like something like this works if we prop the top off, but maybe we should never go like that earlier on.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, you heard that. Because we talked about this, and he's like, but I thought I wasn't supposed to show the horns. Like, I don't know, it's wide now, so go wide.
Yeah.
Okay, but then we'll go back.
We are not supposed to see the horns. That's the most important.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the other thing in the beginning, like when we first started, because we've started 3 months ago, Delcy, I just thought that this was like sort of like a greasy loner dude by himself, and he didn't look anything like the piloted outfit. So in this way, it's like he is a piloted outfit piloting a piloted outfit. So I wonder if like this guy should, like, yeah, he could still be the same body build and stuff, but maybe he doesn't have everything.
Oh yeah, that's in the when I was writing the script, I envisioned him being kind of like the separate costume, like it's a costume B, like it would not be full on with costume and stuff. It's true with the mask, but not with the costume.
So it's important his mask, though, is it?
Yes, he hides behind the mask because he was scarred. But yeah.
You could. Can I? I mean, sorry,
Go ahead.
just throwing an idea here, but it might be it might be rubbish. Anyway, you could also have a bit of a build-up where you kind of like show his eye, like, you know, throughout, and of course like camera from back, but maybe he's not wearing the mask, and at the end just you can have him turn away and put the mask on. This way you can have shots behind him, although sorry, the horn are attached to him, aren't they? They're not attached to the mask.
I think the question is like in the end, you want to reveal that he is the horn guy, but throughout the movie you don't want you to know. You wanted to see like a mysterious person.
Okay, and the horn are attached to him. They're part of him.
Yeah, it's part of the mask. Yes,
it's part of the mask. Okay, well, in which case he could literally, you could have this person without, you know, like we often have these shots of hackers and like close-ups on their eyes, and then at the end he could put the mask on, you know, like you could make sure that we have an angle where we don't actually see his face, like he could just like stand up, you could just see this shadow standing up, and then he grabs the mask and leaves, and we can see him like wearing it from behind.
That's a good idea, because then you could do a wide shot without giving it away.
Like you could have the shot from behind him, like the screens, because that's quite, it establishes, you know, like that he has a whole setup, a whole creepy surveillance setup. But yeah, and at the same time, you don't have any risk of revealing, as long as you don't frame, you know, like anything like too sort of wide, like you can still show his eyes and like, yeah.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I need to jump into my work dailies.
Sure. So sorry, I hope I didn't hijack this meeting, but anyway, really interesting of like, yeah, discussing this with you, and happy to be joining the project sometime soon.
Awesome.
So happy to have you.
I'm happy that you didn't watch this and just like, no, fuck this, I'm not going to fight this guy.
So I think for the team then, everybody should, like, definitely Guy, I would say you should maybe try to figure out some of that flashing and do the notes, but not to cut back into the edit, but just so that when we're on set, we can pull it up and show it. And then for everybody else, like, it's more like just working with Maria and working with storyboard to just make some of these angles better as we go for later, but it's not stressful, it's not serious, and it might get replaced.
Correct.
Okay.
I gotta go. Sorry guys. Nice
Bye.
seeing you.
I'm gonna go to.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.